We did nothing wrong!
Yeah, we did. We were supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves.
So watch this clip of Dr. White's comments on what is termed the law of first mention, demonstrating his lack of exposure to a well-rounded variety of theologies. And we'll get back to those comments here in a minute.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, just something else kicked in here. You can go a couple of minutes over the hour, right?
Definitely.
Okay. The law of first reference.
Yes.
Oh, Rich is looking at me. Do you know what we're talking about? Because I do remember as a young child hearing somebody make reference to the law of first reference. And he used it, and you basically said, that's not actually a hermeneutical law at all, which is true. I mean, no serious scholarly work on hermeneutics anywhere says that when a word in the Bible appears for the first time, how it's used there is how it's going to be used through the rest of the Bible. I mean, that you won't find that in any meaningful hermeneutics text.
Well, Dr. White, there is a hermeneutical principle, a well-known one, a renowned one, going back for centuries, known as Binyan Av Miktav Echad, building a father based on one writing. Western theologies have termed it the law of first reference or the law of first mention. Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz documents this well in his commentary on the Essential Talmud. Binyan Av is an inductive method of proof where an attempt is made to show that a certain case serves as a basis for the whole series of other similar passages constructed in similar fashion. So you have words, statements, phrases, in particular in the book of beginnings, the book of Genesis, that serve as a foundational meaning for the usage of these words, statements, or phrases in the whole rest of the Bible. So it actually is a valid hermeneutical principle. I'm not so sure exactly what theologies Brother White and Brother Cravat have been exposed to, but they should expand their horizons and do a little more research before they make such rash statements. You want a Western theology? Rabbinic theology isn't good enough for you? Okay, sure. We'll show you how it carries through into the West. Dr. Elmer Towns, Theology for Today, page 62. Finally, check on the common use of the word within biblical times. This involves checking the idiomatic meaning of the word. Sometimes we may interpret a word in an expression which means other than what may first appear. But many times we do interpret a word based on the first appearance of the word. Theology for Today, Dr. Elmer Towns, one of my professors and a renowned biblical scholar, by the way, from Liberty University. Again, Dr. White, I'm not so sure that you and Brother Cravat have really done your homework on this. So what you have presented to the people here is, in fact, weak sauce. Want some more? Christian Theology, Miller J. Erickson. A whole section on last things. Eschatology, right? I'm quite certain that Brother White and Brother Cravat are well versed in eschatology, the study of last things. the final state of things. Well, if we have a last things and a final state of things, of course, we also have a beginning of things. In God's eternal mind, there is an everlasting circle that begins where it ends. That's what eternity is all about. Revelation 21, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. What do we have in Genesis chapter 1? We have the creation of the heaven and the earth. And so we have this rebirth and renewing and complete circle, circuit, and cycle of eternity. We have beginnings and we have endings. And in the book of beginnings, Brother Ruckman correctly mentions the law of first mention. Just read his commentary in the book of Genesis. He covers it well, but he also covers it here in his Bible references book on page 5. He's commenting on Genesis 3:15. It is the first messianic prophecy in the Bible as a direct reference. And so the woman now is established as having a seed. It's how we get the Messiah, through the seed of a woman. The law first mentioned. Where is it mentioned? Well, quite naturally, in Bereshit, in the beginning, the book of beginnings. The law first mentioned. Binyan av mikatav echad. Building a father based on the first or one writing. So, this is a disappointment to me that Dr. White and Brother Nathan Gravatt do not either understand how this is a biblical truth, the law of first mention or the law of first reference, or they're just in denial of the whole counsel of scriptures. Because all throughout the Bible, you have something mentioned in the book of beginnings, Genesis, right? Generation, genealogy, genetics, right? The beginning of things. You'll have a reference in the book of beginnings that carries through a similar meaning and a pattern throughout the whole rest of the scripture. And so again, Brother White, no disrespect intended, but weak sauce, man. I'm a little disappointed that you don't see that reality in the hermeneutical principles embedded in the scriptures. But have a blessed day.